You've got a new show out now on Paramount Plus. Can you tell us about Wolfpack, your character, and what drew you to this project?
Sure. So I play Blake in Wolfpack, and she's kind of this resilient, feisty, standoffish kind of teenage girl. And Wolfpack is just a show about teens, coming together and finding their way together. And we've got lots of mystery and horror, drama, romance. We've got it all. And that's at the end of the day, that's kind of what drew me to the project. So
Definitely, it's rare in television to already have a fan base before the first episode premieres. Did that bring any pressure as you signed on to this project?
um maybe a little bit of pressure because I wanted the fans of Teen Wolf to be happy with Wolfpack and embrace
Yeah.
Wolfpack just as they embraced Teen Wolf. But it was also kind of comforting knowing that I had all of these fans that were so excited to embrace us as family. And for me, it was just really exciting.
One of the big themes of the show is about finding your pack. Who are the people in your own life who shape the storyteller that you are today?
Oh, definitely my closest friends and family. Like my mom and I grew up with a super close relationship. So I will go to her today with any advice that I need or stories that I need to tell her, the drama, the tea. My mom is basically my best friend.
The opening sequence in episode one was one of the first things that you shot for this series. How did that set the tone and your own expectations for this project and the overall filming experience?
Yeah, that opening bus scene on the highway was probably one of the most intense yet fun scenes that we got to film. I remember going into it only really knowing Armani, and we
Yeah.
would be driving to set together every day, spending, 15 hours total on set in the hot Atlanta heat. And it was definitely an eye opener to how much work we were going to have to put in to film this show, but it was super, super exciting. And I made a bunch of really cool friends with the other actors on the bus. And it was a really good way to start the series because it was just this big, extravagant scene full of special effects and, tons of background actors and other actors. And it was really fun and really exciting.
Perfect segue to this next question. But you and Armani knew each other before signing on to this project. How beneficial was it having that prior relationship as you delve into kind of your two characters' arc this season?
I mean, it was really the perfect scenario. I remember doing the chemistry read with him, and it had been probably 2 years maybe since I had seen him because of COVID. So it was a good mix of not really knowing each other well enough. So we got to really get to know each other through filming, but also going into it knowing a familiar face and knowing that we had each other there in Atlanta with each other, and we were there if either of us needed anything.
There's also such a great chemistry that comes off the screen between you and the rest of the cast. How were you all able to build that?
I mean, we all flew to Atlanta together from Los Angeles, so it was this big bonding experience. We were all super eager to work, and we're all around the same age, so it was really easy for us to bond because we lived in the same apartment building. And when you spend that many hours on set every day with the same people, it's just so easy to become friends and know everything about each other. And it was really, really comforting knowing I had a real pack in real life as well as a pack on screen during the whole process.
Great answer. Often with television, you're receiving new scripts every few weeks. Did you have to make any adjustments as you were learning new things about Blake? Did anything surprise you about her arc?
Yeah, I was definitely learning things about Blake as I was going through the series. We would get a script, like you said, and then we would have like 2 weeks to really sit with that one episode, and we would kind of come up with theories about our characters and theories about who's the arsonist and theories about who's the werewolf. So it was almost like we got to go through the story as a viewer and a reader, and not just an actor bringing the characters to life. So I've definitely had to make adjustments along the way because, I had it in my head that my character was one way, and then
Mhm.
I would be learning new things about her as we would be going. So it was really interesting as an actor and someone who was developing this character so gradually, because I really got to create a whole universe for her and a whole life for her.
Definitely. The premiere episode became one of Paramount Plus's most viewed YA series in the first 24 hours. Have you had a chance to see all the love and support that you're getting on social media for this project?
Oh, of course. I mean, I always watch all of the fan edits and I read all of the lovely comments, and I've had, fans from other projects, but it's so cool to finally be the lead of a series and have such a large group of people really embrace me and the rest of the cast. It makes me really happy.
You're also getting to work with legends like Sarah, Arrigo, and also Jeff. What was that collaboration like?
Oh my gosh, it was a dream come true. I mean, Sarah's incredible. She's kick-ass, she's strong, she's powerful, she's kind, she's such a nice, genuine person. And Rodrigo is so committed to his craft. He's like the dad on set, like he takes care of all of us, and he's funny and he's so, so talented. And of course, Jeff was a dream to work with because his writing is incredible and the characters that he creates are so complex, and
Yeah.
yet they're relatable to everyone. Like I feel like that's the beauty of Wolfpack, is the viewers can really just find a character in the show that they can relate to.
And we know you can't say too much, but what can you tease about Blake's arc this season?
Ooh, I guess we can look forward to her letting her guard down a little bit, and maybe a little bit of romance building, or mystery, and new friendships and new bonds.
Great teaser. And while this is a supernatural show, it's really grounded in reality and it's tackling a lot of really timely subject matter. Is there a theme in particular that hit home for you? And is there a scene that you're really excited for audiences to see as the season unfolds?
I mean, there's a number of scenes that I'm super excited for people to see, but I think I found it really important that Jeff was incorporating anxiety in teenagers and relating
Yeah.
it to family trauma and technology, because I feel like with the pandemic that happened in the recent years, that is something that a lot of teenagers have been developing, is severe anxiety. So I think it's important to touch on that in media like television and film. And I think it's good to know that anxiety is, it's a natural part of our body and we all go through it, and there's ways to cope with it. And it helps having people around you who care about you. So I think that's really important.
And I've been lucky enough to see a couple of the first few episodes, and you're handling Blake's journey with so much nuance. As an actress, how did you get into the mindset of kind of the emotional framework that she is in at the start of the season as opposed to towards the end?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the prep work going into it and asking Jeff a whole lot of questions about how he wanted my character to be, and just really taking all of those little facts about her and making it really natural. It was really easy for me because I think Blake is very complex, but she's a lot like a lot of teenage girls nowadays. She's been through a lot. She's had to deal with friendships falling off and family issues and taking care of a little brother. So I think just
Yeah.
really making that a reality and really just immersing myself in the character, and taking the time to really dig deep into why she is the way she is really helped me turn into Blake.
Yeah, and, like you were saying earlier, this is the first time that you're been a lead of a series. Did anything surprise you about the overall experience? What if you learn about your craft being a part of this project?
That's a great question. I love that question. I Going into it, a lot of the people at Paramount and on set were warning us, like, it's gonna be a lot of work. And I was like, okay, like, no worries. I've done this before. I got it. But I don't think anything can properly prepare you for being on a teenage drama supernatural horror show,
Yeah.
because we have so many elements in the series that we deal with, and emotions, and there's just so much going on. And then working in Atlanta, which I've never done before, I was in a new space and I was dealing with different weather that I've never dealt with before. So I think just as I went along, I was learning so much about me as an actor, and my process, and getting my process down, and then also just being a lead and having to carry so much, and all of that responsibility. It was definitely all overall a huge learning experience.
Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job at it. I've got one final question for you. You're such a dynamic storyteller. As you look ahead to the next 5 to 10 years, outside of Wolfpack, do you have a dream role that you would love to bring to life on the screen?
Oh, I mean, I am a huge film nerd. Like I watch every type of film ever, drama, horror. So I think as an actor, I would love to see my career dive into all of those different genres. And I kind of want to touch, every aspect. Like right now, I'm obviously checking Supernatural off the list. I'm
Yeah.
doing a werewolf show, but I'd love to do like a really heavy drama film and then maybe some cool action superhero film. I kind of want to just do it all.